Yes, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my Peter subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about the military badge, and in particular, what's going to happen on June 14th. It's going to be a big day for many things. There are people protesting, out protesting. We obviously know about the fallout between Donald Trump and Elon. This just occurred yesterday as of when I'm recording this video. So what's going to happen. So we're going to take a quick look, kind of look at the energy, see if anything has changed or shifted. I will put a link to all the videos in terms of the military parade in the description and the comment section below and at the end of today's video. It's going to be very short, so hang tight. If you want to help out the channel grow, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, engaging with the content, watching the video longer than normal, or sharing this video content really helps boost out the algorithm entirely. I also did provide a donation link if you by any chance want to donate. Do not feel in any way obligated in any particular manner to donate. I don't like to ask for donations, but a lot of you guys have requested it, so it's in the description and the comment if you are interested. If you have been noticing that YouTube does not notify you when you post and upload, don't worry. I have a Blue Sky account and a Facebook group which you can follow in the description and the comment section below, and I will personally notify you when you post and upload. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. This intro is already too long, even for my liking, so let's just go on. Let's move ahead. Alright, so let's talk about, before we do, today's Friday, June 6th at 8:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Forgot to include that part. Okay, so Spirit Angel, tell me about the military parade. Let me see if there's anything happening this time. I don't feel that there is, but I figured, why not? Alright, so Spirit Angel, tell me, is there anything happening on June 14th, the day of the military parade for Donald Trump's birthday, 79th birthday? Is there anything happening on June 14th, 2025? It's also Flag Day. It's also a day of protest against the king. What is happening on this day? What is happening on this day? What is happening on this day, spirits and angels? Okay. We have here 5 stores. These are like private militias or military in the streets, like military in the streets. Then we have on the top of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. It's progress, it's history. History being made. Right, that's what it says. History being made on this day. We do have here, when you start to look at the spread from a different perspective, the first card that comes down is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is very hard to tell, but to essentially put it in better framing, let's see. So you can kind of see it a little bit better because it's way too dark of a color. Beautiful coloration, very hard on time to contract with the actual, screen. But essentially, when you start to look at the card in a more deeper level, it has a barricade in the background. It has a full moon. We have 2 kids crying, and you have Stephen Miller. So Stephen Miller is definitely behind this. What it definitely tells me here that there's a gate here. Something is being gated, right? But then again, it makes a lot of sense. It's a military parade after all, right? If they're going to have a military parade, the leader needs to be out in open, which means that Trump in some way is going to be walking or it's going to be alongside the military parade. He might even be on the White House Capitol lawn or steps or the balcony waving onto the crowd. So there is going to be some barricade, there is going to be supervision, but this is not planned by Donald Trump. This was a plan initiated by Stephen Miller. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only. But he was the one who initiated the idea and got him into, oh, well, we can do this for your birthday. But we have to do all these things in order to get it. And now we're here. The next card that comes in, because they both come in clutches here. These two come in clutches, but they're separated. This is the Princess of Swords, right? The Princess of Chaos, right? You see the person in purple, and you see a hurricane in the background. So what's his here? Right? You see a hurricane in the background. But it's reversed. Why is this significant? This is significant in particular because it talked about how this is the person of chaos. This is the person of chaos. This is not a female. This is a male energy. So in essence, it's saying that the male is causing the chaos. The male is causing the hurricane. But also something ironic is that when you look at this bird, the first glance you would say it was a bird. But when you start to look at it a little closer, you look at the coloration, it starts to look more like a penguin. So I'm getting information here that there's something here with a penguin, like specifically black and white. I don't know if there's a Secret Service in any way, but there's going to be some sort of chaos that's going to occur, and there's going to be information that's going to be spun, and it's going to be given out misinformation about what happened. So there's something here in terms of misinformation. It might be a way to reclaim yourself or to reclaim facts. So what is happening in terms of chaos? So these two things that could happen. Because something is being barricaded and it was introduced by Stephen Miller, then you have the Secret Service here, and you have a leader of chaos trying to spin alternative facts to try to get the ledge up or an advantage up on his opponent. When you start to look at the next stage here, he understands that justice is not going to be on his side, so he needs to ensure that justice will formulate himself accordingly. And here you have in oh my God, Brett Kavanaugh drinking beer, right? Drinking beer, and this is the justice card. And here you have is this woman who is blindsided. She can't see justice for what it is. And here you have the scale uneven. It's not balanced. It's a little bit biased in a very particular way, and it's biased towards the darkness, which is represented here at the Seven of Pentacles, which is represent what to call it, a darker energy, darker tone, right? You have it, we have Pennywise. Then we have I forgot what his name is. But we have the crow here, which is a highly intelligent person. So this is a highly intelligent person. But here you have use red rum in a sentence. That means murder in a sentence. Right? So what does this mean? It means is there a death here? There is a death that is occurring. Now, it may not be one of a physical, but it's a death of some sort. It could be the death of the United States as a democracy on this day, because the United States, any democracy is not supposed to have a military parade. That's something that dictators do. That's something that fascist countries do. That's something that communist countries do. This is the death of democracy. It will be shown on live TV. That's what the whole intention is. But here's the caveat. There's opposition from Tesla. There's opposition from Elon, which means that there's going to be some drama between Elon and Trump on this day. So just keep an eye out up to that. But it does feel like there is an idea that was pushed forth by Stephen Miller. And here you have a young male causing chaos, and there's somebody who's trying to get the alternative facts, trying to change the story. And here you have is them knowing that justice is coming for them, and so they need to be able to darken the justice system to their side. And then you have someone here as well saying use red rum in the census. The question is, who are you killing? Are you killing democracy or are you killing an individual? That's something that yet we don't know in particular until that day has arrived. And then here you have is Elon coming in the fourth center here as the opposition to this. He is opposition. He is in direct correlation. Now, before we end the video, I do want to be able to ask for some additional clarifiers. So we're going to use these cards and then we're done. So Spirit Angels, tell me about the military parade on June 14, 2025 on Donald Trump's birthday, 79th birthday. There's protests. Okay. There is protest this day. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Like what's going to happen on June 14th, 2025? There's a military parade, the first of its kind here in the United States. What is going on June 14th, 2025? Can you tell me, Spirit? Okay, so we have truth here. Okay, what's happening here? Anything else? They don't have anything for Stephen Miller, but there's a lot of information for each. Okay, so for the card that represents a chaotic leader and a penguin in particular, and trying to spin it fast in a certain way to best push you at the best advantage, the card that really just came out, even when it wasn't supposed to, with the femme mass, which means yin and yang, the equilibrium, the harmonious energy, is the fight between the patriarchy and the femininity within that, right? And to further clarify this, we have dark justice in terms of healthcare, which is down money. So there's going to be a low in terms of medical attention during this time. So if anything was to happen, this would be the time to do it because there's not as much military, there's not as much medical attention as you would expect. For example, maybe he cut some of the medical funding, and because he cut that, well, there's not much attention to the president to address any issues if there was come a medical crisis during the time of the event. That is saying that is down. So it's saying here that there was cuts to the healthcare industry in DC, so they're not able to help the president if something was to occur at such a large scale. It may not be able to have the funding or the capability to do and be able to justify something. And we do also have here as well, during this day, there's going to be less writing and less paper. So I'm getting information about executive orders in particular. So it almost feels like a campaign policy, essentially. So, because you have justice card reverse, you have healthcare. He's trying to emphasize an alternative world where we don't need healthcare. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that comes into fruition because it is an executive order, but it's reversed and it's not in favor of the justice system. And then here you have it, the ghost, right? The spirit, right? Saying that you don't really need it, you're gonna die anyway, right? The same concept as Lauren, whoever that lady is, Katie Holmes. No, that the one who said that she was gonna kill a dog. For some reason, my brain just all mumble jumble. I just woke up not even 20 minutes ago. Here you have the death card. The death card is reversed. It's saying things are going down, but it's not physically death, but it's an ending of something. It's an end of something. That's why the rip card is reversed. So there's not a physical death that's going to occur on this day, but if there was a crisis, the crisis would ensue, but it would be further amplified by the fact that the DC medical department cannot handle those capabilities. It does not have the ability to handle a large influx of events. I do also have here no foreign entities or foreign people are allowed during this event. And here you have a female and then female. So it's 0. So there's a lot of female energy here. A lot of female energy overriding. So this means women are down. So that's what that means. That means whatever's happening here, there's something here with women and it's bringing them down. Here you have the medical, which is saying you're going to die anyway, but there's no foreign government involved in the military parade. Then you have the justice and the no writing in reverse, which tells me there's just some sort of weird activity that's going on. It's very hard to transcribe at the moment. In terms of the Dark Justice and the Seven of Pentacles, which means Red Rum and the Dark Justice, you have here a pool of evidence that from an alien. So there's pool of evidence from an alien. Now this is interesting because at first, when I made the alien, I didn't know what it meant or why it was there. Elon Musk had repeatedly said that he's an alien, that he's an extraterrestrial from Mars, and he wants to go back. So he's going to create a spaceship to go back to Mars, go back to his home. Said repeatedly on Twitter that he is an alien, a 3,000-year-old vampire alien. He just wants to go back to his home. I know. I get it. I get what she's saying. But going back into the reading, though, you have here pool evidence by Elon, which is, the alien, which is underneath here. So it makes a lot of sense here. You have someone who knows justice is coming for them, like I said, because of the pool of evidence. Then you have here's teacher who's someone who's very highly intelligent, someone who's smart. So use Red Rum in a sentence which basically means murder, which means to kill something. And this is the alien saying that. So alien was the one who released the pool of evidence on 45, and here you have it is no longer spiky. The Arizona is no longer dry. It's something that is a little bit more wet now. It does mean a lot of information has been rained down, and evidence is going to be found. So evidence is going to be found within a home or within an individual within a home. So this could be like the White House. It could be something, but evidence is going to be found related to Elon Musk, that he may have something in relation to something else. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And then And then here's the kicker. You know how I said Elon Musk comes in as the opposition, right? The Eight of Pentacles. And here you have the Eye of Horus, which represents truth. So there's a truth coming. And it's in relation to the military parade. So there's going to be some drama that's going to be occurring around this point in time. Keep an eye out. Let's see what it is. We're going to break this video down when June 14th comes around, and then we'll try to decipher the reading at hand. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Love you.